Number 1. Grand is an inadequate description of this canyon. This enormous gap in northern Arizona, which is up to 18 miles wide and a mile deep, is definitely a natural wonder. It is around 277 river miles long. The Grand Canyon has grown with the assistance of the powerful Colorado River for 6 million years, and for ages, visitors from all over the world have come to take in its magnificent red and orange splendor. The Grand Canyon, which is under the management of the National Park Service and is a recognized UNESCO World Heritage Site, astounds its roughly 6 million annual tourists. However, if you are looking for a remote getaway in Mother Nature, you should be ready. There can be a ton of people at the Grand Canyon. Visitors and hikers favor the South Rim, which is home to Grand Canyon Village and the well-traveled Bright Angel Trail. The majority of the amenities are on this side. Go to the North Rim to escape the crowds. Hardcore hiking and backcountry camping are available here. Take a helicopter tour for a once-in-a-lifetime look at the canyon. Number 2. Yellowstone National Park is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts with its stunning peaks and clear lakes. Hot springs are surrounded by colorful pools, lush woods wind through wide open meadows, and erratic geysers shoot streams of scorching water into the air. It's understandable why everyone thought John Coulter, a scout for explorers Lewis and Clark, was exaggerated when he first described Yellowstone's geothermal oddities in 1807. With so much unspoiled natural beauty, today, there is no denying the park's exceptionality. Be prepared to share the trails with year-round dwellers like buffalo, elk, and occasionally even grizzlies as you trek through its more than 3,000 square miles of mountains, canyons, geysers, and waterfalls. Even though Yellowstone has more than 4 million people each year, you probably won't see many of them unless you spend the entirety of your trip at Old Faithful. There is a lot of uncharted land to explore on Yellowstone's 2.2 million acres, which extend from the northwest corner of Wyoming towards the borders of Idaho and Montana. Set aside a day or two to enjoy the scenery at Mammoth Hot Springs and Yellowstone Lake. But set aside some time for the paths that lead through less well-known areas, such as the West Thumb Geyser Basin's hot springs and the Lewis River Channel and Dog's Head Loop's untamed fauna. Even though the sheer quantity of routes and opportunities for animal viewing may initially appear overwhelming, keep in mind that you can always return. Number 3. Yosemite National Park, one of California's most challenging natural settings, is roughly 1,200 square miles of pure awe, with towering waterfalls, centuries-old sequoia trees, stark, intimidating cliff faces, and some of the country's most unusual rock formations. But despite its huge expanse, Yosemite Valley's 8 square miles are where most tourists congregate. Half Dome and El Capitan, two of the park's most well-known landmarks, are located here, along with top-notch hiking paths that wind through the natural wonders. Yosemite is accessible to hikers of all skill levels thanks to the availability of local adventure outfitters' guided tours and climbing instruction, such as those featured on our list of the best California tours. Just don't expect to go through it alone. Yosemite receives over 4 million visitors annually, which makes it one of the most crowded tourist sites in the United States. However, if you go at the correct time, and begin your day a bit earlier than usual, Mother Nature's wonders will miraculously and peacefully show themselves to you. Number 4. Maui is not quite as big as the Big Island, Lanai is not nearly as small, Oahu is not nearly as busy, and Kauai is not nearly as quiet. For many visitors to Hawaii, Maui is the ideal destination since it gives them a taste of almost everything the Aloha State has to offer, from amazing wildlife to fascinating history and culture. You may shimmy with professional hula dancers here, play golf on coastal fairways, zip line into the air, snorkel with 5 distinct species of sea turtles, or just relax on some of Hawaii's most famous beaches. Maui, one of the most visited destinations in the archipelago, is situated between the Big Island and the considerably smaller Molokai, which you can explore by signing up for one of the best Maui tours. The island of Maui is separated into 5 main zones. Many visitors establish themselves on the west or south Maui coasts, which are home to Ka'anapali Beach and the Old Lahaina Luau, respectively, and the renowned Wailea Beach. But it's important to visit the rest of the island as well. Explore Haleakala, the biggest dormant volcano in the world, in the upcountry, as well as the former tribal battlegrounds of central Maui's Iao Valley State Park as you travel along the road to Hana. And book a seat on one of Maui's top helicopter tours for a bird's-eye view of everything. Number 5, Glacier National Park is situated on the border of Canada and Montana and is named for the Ice Age glaciers that still remain there. Because of the breathtaking variety of its natural beauty, it is frequently referred to as the crown of the continent. The park is a popular destination for hikers and offers a choice of trails for all abilities, from the simple Trail of the Cedars, which is lined with majestic cedar trees, to the difficult Grinnell Glacier, which offers sweeping views. Additionally, the park's more than 1 million acres, more than 700 lakes, several waterfalls, and 2 mountain ranges provide as a haven for a diversity of wildlife. In addition to its stunning geological characteristics, it has a significant quantity of history. The Going to the Sun Road, a picturesque 50-mile journey across the park that is a National Historic Landmark and an engineering wonder, provides access to well-liked hiking routes as well as breathtaking views. In addition, the Great Northern Railway built several of the lodges, chalets, and hotels in the park in the early 20th century, and they are all listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Would you like to see a UNESCO World Heritage Site? The Waterton Glacier International Peace Park is also located nearby. Glacier National Park introduced a ticketed admission system through September 6, 2021 for several site entrances to reduce the number of visitors to the park. For more information, go to the website of the National Park Service. Number 6, Zion National Park, located in the southwest corner of Utah and named after the Hebrew word for refuge, is no longer the peaceful haven it once was. With more than 4 million visitors a year, the park is currently among the most popular in the nation. Travelers can admire the apricot-colored Zion Canyon while wading in its Virgin River or climbing Angel's Landing, with each bend in the river or turn in the path providing an even more spectacular vista. It's as if they've discovered a hidden gem and can't get enough. The night sky's canopy of stars is also a wonderful nightcap to a day full with energetic activities. The 166-mile travel from Las Vegas or the 308-mile drive from Salt Lake City is roughly the ideal amount of time to allow you to contemplate all the beauty you just experienced before returning from the refuge to reality. Number 7, of all the Hawaiian Islands, Oahu blends metropolitan luxury with magnificent scenery the best. Honolulu, the state's capital, exemplifies the island's metropolitan attraction. Numerous cultural and historic monuments are close by, ranging from the grandiose Iolani Palace to the somber USS Arizona Memorial at the Pearl Harbor National Memorial. Wide-open white sand beaches contrast with a skyline of high-rises and resorts in the surrounding Waikiki district. Visit the North Shore for a sample of the island's rustic life. The most brilliantly blue seas and winding walks may be found here. But Oahu has more must-see locations than just those 3 places. The island's top-notch dining establishments, exciting cultural activities, and crazy nightlife further highlight it as a gathering place for Hawaiian culture. Number 8, Kauai has mastered seduction with its stunning sunsets, immaculate beaches, and blue skies. However, the oldest island in the Hawaiian chain attracts visitors without resorting to extravagant luxury or tourist traps. Instead, it caters to the no-fuss, no-muss kind of traveler. A coconut tree is taller than resorts, literally. You like the countryside over the opulent? There are only 2 main highways on Kauai, and some areas can only be seen on foot or by taking one of the top Kauai boat trips. Some people contend that all you really need to visit is a decent pair of hiking boots, a rain poncho, and a sense of adventure. However, we should caution you that you might also require some cash. Room costs during the winter can reach $500 per night because Kauai places a premium on its unspoiled landscape and highly sought-after hiking paths. Consider traveling during the shoulder seasons to maximize your savings and opportunities. Number 9, Grand Teton National Park is home to Wyoming's spectacular Teton Mountains, which rise sharply above Jackson Hole Valley with snow-capped peaks. The photo opportunities are abundant, from the dazzling Jenny and Jackson Lakes to the 13,770-foot Grand Teton, which reflects the mountains in its depths. But only mountaineers and photographers should visit the park. In the height of summer, the region's trails beckon hikers of all levels and provide treasures like undiscovered waterfalls and spectacular Tetons views. Meanwhile, the Snake River appeals to kayakers, rafters and those who simply fancy a float. Historic districts like Menors Ferry and Moore Monroe attract history buffs interested in the 19th century past of this piece of western frontier. In addition to a variety of species, the almost 500-square-mile park is home to black bears, grizzlies, moose, antelope, and bison. Visitors may also see the park turn golden in the autumn. Travelers can drive the few miles north to Yellowstone, which is close to Grand Teton, if they wish to visit 2 national parks in one trip. Number 10. The Big Apple combines the grandeur of a large city with the charm of a small town. It is hip, cosmopolitan, busy, and always changing. You'll discover a dynamic culture pervading each of the city's diverse districts and boroughs amid Gotham's famous sights and towering skyscrapers. Visit independent stores, renowned bakeries, and hip coffee shops in the East Village and Brooklyn by following the trendsetters there. A wonderful show on Broadway, a supper at the newest IT restaurant, perusing the racks of the chic stores lining Fifth Avenue, admiring the cutting-edge art collections at the MoMA and the Met, and more can be enjoyed afterward. NYC needs endurance as it is the most populous city in the US and is known for setting trends in food, fashion, and the arts. But don't allow the frantic sights and sounds of the Big Apple frighten you away from taking in its splendor. Obtain a local's assistance to guide you through it all. As you travel through the concrete jungle, you'll see Times Square's neon lights flickering at all hours, roaring taxis flying down busy blocks, quick-footed people walking by on their way to marquee galleries and hip cocktail bars. However, the city's flashing lights and hectic areas also beckon you to embrace every second of New York, see every neighborhood, and design your own urban journey. The city that never sleeps offers countless opportunities for entertainment, but before you leave, take a moment to observe your surroundings because what is there now will likely change into something even greater in the future.